The citizens are blaming us, the five of us, for the traffic in Corona. And they're blaming us because they can't get from where they live onto the freeway. And because they can't get through city streets, they're blaming the city of Corona because they can't get on the freeway. But they can't get on the freeway because of the log jam. Like I said earlier, we've got 3 lanes of traffic. Maybe I'm just pulling it. 3 lanes or 2 lanes trying to get into 1 lane, and that's going to cause a backup. And they're blaming us for that. And quite frankly, that's not our poor planning. I think it's poor planning on the log jam. That's just my thought. But again, I'm not a civil engineer. I want that to get addressed if you can. Also, Wes Speak asked, how much does RCTC pay attention to the 5 of us? Because I brought up some points, and quite frankly, I don't think they've been addressed as well as I would have hoped.
I'll talk about the log jam first. So there are things that we have been doing and that we will continue to try to do in terms of the log jam. The challenge that we have is what to do about the volume of traffic on the 91 corridor and what to do about the accidents that are occurring on the 91. A lot of the feedback we've been getting is that on the days there isn't an accident, it's tolerable. Or if you did this or you did that, it could fix it. But on the days that there's an accident on the 91, and in particular when there are days there's an accident on the 91, and I think it was Mr. Speak who brought this up as well. If there's an accident beyond Green River, west of Green River, and in the canyon, it gridlocks everything. That's where I feel like we're really challenged to do anything. We're working with CHP to look at accident data. We're looking to see if there's anything related to the project that we can do. We're looking to see, can we get more freeway service patrol out there, more highway patrol out there? But the problem is, what happens when there's an accident in the canyon? That dictates everything that happens all the way back up the pipeline. So there's things we can do and we are doing on the log jam. We can't solve the challenges on the corridor itself. It's an isolated canyon and there are no options. So we're working on it. We're looking to see what options we have. The idea of the median gates, I don't know how many of you have been out on I-10 in the Cabazon area where after a 12-hour delay out there because there are no alternative routes, CHP and Caltrans put median gates in the barrier. That when CHP decides that there's an incident on the freeway that requires traffic to be turned around or to have two-way traffic, CHP can open those gates and start moving traffic through there. That's a great idea. They use it out on I-10. We're looking at doing that. That's not really needed as a result of the project. That's long-term. And in terms of the new emergency access at Green River, that's another idea that we can put into place to help relieve some of these incidents that are taking place on the freeway. So there's a couple things we can do and are doing. Those are long-term improvements that are needed on the corridor. They're not really related to this project, but this project is looking at doing it and looking at paying to do it. So we've got a lot of ideas that came out tonight, a lot of suggestions, and we're going to go back and look and see what we can do. But the logjam at the interchanges, we're going to have to see if there's ways that we can address it with respect to how much we listen to you.
Okay, as you are a traffic professional, and we have to do business with professional people, and you are the top of the hill, the executive director, and Dave, of course, is a civil engineer. Would you concede to the citizens of Corona that the traffic in Corona, on the Corona streets, of the traffic trying to get onto the freeway, is not the fault of poor planning by the city of Corona at all, but it's more of the log jam? Can you say that, or am I off base?
I can almost say it.
Almost say it?
Almost say it. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
The whole the entirety of Riverside County, not just Riverside County, but others, infrastructure improvements are going in after the people are there. So houses are being built, people are moving in, development is coming in, and the infrastructure isn't keeping up. It's not just the freeways, it's not just the roads, it's the water systems, it's everything else. So the fact that people are here and they're completely dependent on the 91 corridor as their only way to and from work, I can accept responsibility for our project. I do accept responsibility for our project. But some of these challenges in this area have been here for a long time before this project, and they'll be here after the project.
Okay, and it is 9 o'clock, and I know you're gonna go home, and so do we. 2 years ago, before this project had started, it didn't take 2 hours to get onto the freeway.